Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Jamie, and this will be a reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I am going classic love reading, which I don't really do. I just felt like it. If you're new to tarot, just understand that not every Capricorn reading will resonate with you. So if you feel like this is wrong or it's just not your reading, just disregard it. I'm also going to pull cards like King, Queen, Emperor, and Empress. You can disregard the sex or gender. Those cards describe a personality. So a Queen of Wands could be a guy. The Emperor could be a girl. You see? Especially with the deck I'm using. If you want to catch some more readings, you could subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. It'll notify you whenever I post. And I offer a membership. If that's something you're interested in, you can check that out by clicking the join button. It'll show you the membership tab and everything I do over there. Okay, so we have heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. You'll have to just accept the crease in this deck of cards. It literally is old as hell. Never going to exchange it. Nope. It just has good energy. Okay, so we have the Page of Swords as the overall. Supporting this, we have the Devil, Capricorn energy, the Nine of Wands, and the Five of Swords. And at the bottom of the deck, throwing up a challenge, we have the Two of Swords. So definitely a conversation coming up to clarify, because there's still some confusion. Here's the thing, right? I think what this is talking about is like, I think it's easy for us when we're trying to explain to another person how they've hurt us. What's hard is to listen to another person talk about how we've hurt them. And that's coming up, you know, and are you up for the challenge? Because there could be some things about yourself that you aren't really aware of. Things that you do that you don't find like offensive or you don't find rude or something, you know what I mean, that someone else does. They may find hidden meanings in things that you do because they were raised differently or they just think differently than you. Can you also listen to what they're saying? I think sometimes that's really hard, you know, to accept someone else's experience of us if that wasn't our intention. But buried somewhere within all of that is where all of this conflict is arising. Two people misunderstanding one another. And it also looks like two people kind of just pointing the finger at one another. You're toxic. Well, we gotta both be toxic if we're together, right? So that's kind of how that actually works. So to me, this Two of Swords, with the two little birdies up there, this is, you know, bringing together, especially with the Page of Swords here, two halves the whole truth. Two different people are having two really different experiences of the same relationship, right? Okay, so we have Strength, Leo energy, the Ten of Wands, and the Fool, Aquarius energy. At the bottom of the deck, I have the King of Cups, but it is in the reverse. So this is a thing that, if me saying these things to you comes off as offensive, then you're probably not ready to really have this conversation with this person, right? There's this thing with you, and maybe this is a learned behavior from just childhood, where you hold back and try to control yourself until you are overwhelmed. And that's when things get a little crazy, right? Because I think basically with the King of Cups in the reverse, we're looking at some type of emotional insecurity. But the way that we're kind of going about things is wrong. So if somebody does something that I disagree with or I don't like, okay, and I just try to move past it, act like it didn't happen, or just forget about it, and then they do it 10 more times, and I bug the fuck out. I've brought it to a level it didn't need to get to, because I could have told them the first time that I don't fucking like that. And they might have stopped then. That's kind of the, I know it sounds really simple like that, but sometimes it's not. It's you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings in the moment. It's that's really something that I should be able to just deal with. Because look at the Fool card here. It's really treading across an alligator. Underneath is some hidden energy that, again, you're unaware of with another person and how their emotions work or how they perceive things. It's just really, it's different than you. But the biggest problem here, I think, will be this person feeling unsafe telling you how they feel. And it's they have to be able to as well. And that, it's they feel like they can't, they should just not say anything because you're kind of sensitive, and they don't want to step on the alligator the wrong way. It's not, I don't know, there's something about this person not feeling safe enough to really open up about how they're feeling, and then when they come in to try to do this, you should respect it and truly listen to what they're saying so that you can understand where they're coming from. I think you may also have a weird tendency here that when somebody's doing this, you feel like they're manipulating you. If they were to, which is a way to dismiss someone's emotions, by the way. But I feel like you have been emotionally manipulated, so if someone's expressing their feelings to you, you can't really tell the difference between when someone's just really laying it on you, real honest, or if they're just making up an excuse for you to forgive some type of behavior, No, when someone's speaking on their feelings, they're speaking on their feelings. How you move about it is on you, but, to say that you truly have empathy for another person, doesn't even have to be love, but empathy, you'd have to be, also hear them out. You'd have to hear things from their point of view, see things from their point of view, So communication skills not really on point here, that's the truth. But there also seems to be, this part of your own shadow that is always kind of trying to figure out, what another person might want to hear or what they would want you to say in certain situations, making sure, I feel like you spend too much time concerned with how every little move that you make would affect another person, and then maybe that's also an expectation from the other person. Yeah, no, you're not supposed to please the person. You're supposed to, like, worry about and concern yourself with them to a certain extent, But this is basically like when you are trying to people please and you're just taking on too much, or you're just allowing too much until it gets to a point where you literally just cannot take somebody's shit anymore without saying anything along the way. The person just didn't know, or like it's just not abnormal for, I don't know. There's just something weird here where in order for you to know if this relationship is going to work or not, you're going to have to be able to sit down and truly listen to another person and what they're saying about how you make them feel. And see if you can work on it from there. Because I feel like, when I'm looking at the King of Cups in the reverse, this is someone who also is sensitive and insecure, and they don't really want to be told about themselves, or they don't want to believe, the truth about how they're making someone else feel. And again, if you feel like this energy is all in the reverse, then it's in the reverse. Okay. So, to close this out, what's the advice in the situation? We have the Emperor, Aries energy, the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Empress, Libra, Taurus energy. I feel like it's just advising you to not really get involved in something until you really figure out who someone is. And there's that conversation coming in here. If you can get past the things that you don't want to hear about yourself and maybe accept them as some parts that need to be changed, you can also discuss with someone else like the parts that they need to change and kind of decide from there, because there is no actual stability in the connection between the two of you despite it being a really good match. In order for that to work, there's going to have to be much better communication skills, like addressing something while it's happening in the moment, not 4 months later. It's important. In order for the relationship to grow or change, there has to be growth and change on both of your ends. And I feel like someone else is, because they're coming in with this hard conversation. So that's already showing that they're growing, But now your growth is going to be challenged. Okay. This one actually seemed pretty straightforward, so I'm not going to do an extended. And I'm going to leave it right there. It just wasn't juicy enough. Somebody's in love with just one person. All right, I'll see you soon.